We're going to speak once again to our correspondent Sherine Tadros, who is live for us in Cairo, Egypt. Sherine, you've got more information, I believe, on the numbers of people who've been injured in these latest protests.
Yes, that's right. The number of injured rising all the time. Now it is at 448, and those are people who have been injured outside of the Israeli embassy, but also nearby from outside the security headquarters in Giza, where we also saw a little bit earlier on, a few hours ago, hundreds of people gathered throwing Molotov cocktails towards the building of the state security, the headquarters there. One of the cars that were in the yard, the garden of the headquarters, caught on fire. That situation has calmed down, but as a result of that violence and the clashes that then happened after it, 448 people injured, and I expect that that number may well rise. We're still seeing a lot of tear gas being fired. That's what the protesters and activists on the ground there are talking to us about, and everyone is wondering what the next move of the police will be. It's now gone 2:30 in the morning here in Cairo, and still hundreds of people on the streets outside the Israeli embassy, on the side streets towards the Saudi embassy, and also elsewhere in the vicinity.
So at this point, the security forces still showing restraint, aren't they? Apart from the rubber bullets and the tear gas, they're not doing anything else.
Well, I'm not sure if the protesters down there would agree that that's showing restraint. They're being subjected to a lot of tear gas right now, and as we can see, the number of injured people rising. But I think, yes, you're right. I mean, there is a line, it seems, that they have drawn, that they're only going to be using non-lethal force, and that they're not going to be using the kind of tactics that we saw in the past. For example, when the military tried to clear Tahrir Square at the beginning of Ramadan, at the beginning of August, we saw them come in force. We saw armored personnel carriers moving into the square. We saw rubber-coated steel bullets being fired up into the air. We saw a huge amount of riot police trying to clear the area. That's not what we are seeing this evening. We're seeing tear gas being fired, and also some people reporting some kind of other fire, either blank shots or rubber-coated steel bullets again, but we're not seeing the military take any force. It's still very much in the hands of the police and the Interior Ministry. So I think all eyes now on whether the military will start taking any actions. There are 25 armored vehicles around the area, but we are not seeing any tanks or armored personnel carriers there yet. So that is certainly something that we'll be watching out for in the hours to come.